Hi, my name's Mrs. Reed. I'm glad you could join us for another story time with the Susquehanna County Library. My story today is about a little girl who is, well, pretty mean, downright scary. How do you feel when someone's mean to you? Doesn't make you feel good, does it? So let's see what happens in our story. The story is Blabbering Bethann, and it's written by Chris Britt. You notice something strange about her? Yeah. Can you make that face? Doesn't make you look good, does it? What's she have on her head? That's right, a crown. What's a crown for? It's usually for a king or queen, isn't it? And that means they think they're in charge. So let's see what happens. There she is, walking around. Oh my goodness! What is that? That's right, it's a T-Rex, and look at the kids. Ah! Trying to get away. That's mine, bellowed Blabbering Bethann as she pointed towards the last cupcake. The kids are terrified, aren't they? But it doesn't have your name on it, said some poor, unsuspecting kid who had no idea of the terrible wrath that he was about to unleash. Unamused and downright grumpy, Blabbering Bethann glared at him with eyes as red as laser beams until his itty-bitty knees began to wobble, wiggle, and shake. In a flash, there was nothing left but a pair of melty glasses. Then, like a terrifying T-Rex, Blabbering Bethann grabbed the cupcake and devoured it in loud, wet, slippery gulps and ravaging chomps of gleeful, gluttonous greed. In a rage, the She-Rex turned, belched, and snorted. What Bethann wants, Bethann gets. Suddenly, the recess bell rang, and Blabbering Bethann bolted towards the door, stomping on everything in her path. Ow! I'm first in line, blurted Blabbering Bethann, brimming with pride at her selfish accomplishment. What Bethann wants, Bethann gets. Uh-oh. What's that? You're right. Once outside, Blabbering Bethann charged ahead like a rude, rampaging rhinoceros to get to the only working swing. Got it, grunted a very contented Blabbering Bethann. Chuckling, she said, what Bethann wants, Bethann gets. Hearing the lunch bell, Blabbering Bethann took flight like a terribly toothy pterodactyl. She circled the cafeteria, then swooped down and snatched up the biggest slice of pizza and all the milk. The lunch lady's like, whoa! What Bethann wants, Bethann gets, squawked Blabbering Bethann as she sat there munching, crunching, scrunching, and lunching. On the way back to class, Blabbering Bethann strutted like the queen of the universe. She then proclaimed, life is what you take from it. Having the most stuff, the best stuff, the shiniest stuff, and the biggest stuff makes you special, smart, funny, important, good-smelling, and like me, extremely gorgeous. I'm also very extraordinary, charming, and positively delightful. Then with a large helping, a joyful rubbing inness, she wailed, "What Bethann wants, Bethann gets!" When the final bell bonged, Blabbering Bethann sprinted like a howling, hairy hyena towards the school bus. She was, of course, the first one through the door. She trampled everybody, man. "This seat belongs to me," barked Blabbering Bethann, with a snarling and snapping shower of slobber. They looked terrified. But then, nobody was listening. Instead, the other kids were laughing and giggling, talking, singing, and sitting together. What's wrong with those fun-loving, happy kids, thought Blabbering Bethann as she sat there all alone, grumped and slumped in her seat. On the very, very long ride home. Once home, Blabbering Bethann slithered up the stairs like a sulking, scaly snake in irritated aggravation. Why don't those kids like me? I'm so special. I'll teach them, hissed Blabbering Bethann. I've got a big plan that will make them all very jealous. Like an agitated, angry alligator, Blabbering Bethann went to the kitchen and began baking a whopping humdinger of a cake. "I'm not sharing one single scrap of this," she sniveled. Making such an enormous, self-serving cake had made Blabbering Bethann tired. She fell asleep and began having a very strange dream about being nice. She dreamed of saying thank you and please. She dreamed of sharing and caring, laughing and hugging, understanding and forgiving. She even dreamed of giving and not receiving. All this dreamy decentness made her tail twitch. Remembering the valuable lessons of her dream and feeling very different, Blabbering Bethann arrived at school, carrying a 12-layer concoction of taste bud-provoking, yum-yum-evoking, spine-tingling, sugar-exploding goodness. What'd she still have? Yup, a tail and, yeah, she has crazy hands, doesn't she, and feet. She then cut out a teetering, sloppy slice. What happened? Yeah, she lost her tail, didn't she? The other kids were shocked when Blabbering Bethann offered to share her delicious delicacy. They were thankful for her gooey goodwill. And soon everybody was covered in an explosion of sprinkles, frosting, and gooey crumbs of the light. Blabbering Bethann smiled and said, "It isn't stuff that makes a person happy. It's the simple things, like being kind and being liked." In the end, what Bethann wanted, Bethann got. Lots and lots of friends. They all look like they're having a good time, don't they? I hope you enjoyed the story. Hope you try to be kind to others. Maybe do something nice for someone. Because when you do something nice for others, it also makes you feel good. I hope you have a great day. Continue reading, and hope to see you next time.